Knowledge of ourself is like a golden treasure. Shout out my elders working, trying to get together, making sure we do it better. Free us from this wider pressure. My people catching cases, double life he facing. Scattered all across the world, I see familiar faces. Say we all humans, why they treat us racist? Time to put these devils in their habitat.
The Most High doesn't look at, he doesn't deal with mixed, right? Yeah. It's about whoever your father is, right? Because if you look at the Israelites, right? When we expanded as a nation, you can say we started off as mixed because we mixed with the Egyptians. We was there for 460 years, and we mixed with them, and our nation grew. But what did the Most High do? He took everybody who was an Israelite, who was the seed of their father, and he gave them salvation. So as far as like mixed, the Most High doesn't really deal with that because a mix is a new term.
Even if your father's black and you're from the seed of a black person, doesn't matter.
So right now, if your father is an Israelite, right, black, Hispanic, or Native American man, and your mom is an Edomite, you would still be an Israelite.
Yeah, because unless your father is not black, you're not. Because I told someone
hey,
something
but no, look,
similar.
hey, no, stop. Hey, that term gets people tripped up, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on this side of the earth, right? Because like with my brother right here, would he be considered black?
Where he's from?
He would be considered Mexican.
Mexican?
Yeah.
Mexican? No, that's.
But he's an Israelite though.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So when you use that term black, that's what trips people up sometimes. They be like, only because I had the same argument with my older brother. You saying only black people can go there? I said, bro, you see me teaching with Hispanic people every week. Why do you feel like I'm only talking to black people?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
That's the same thing. I had a similar thing with someone too, but I don't really like having this discussion with other people because one, I'm wrong, and two, I'm listening from other people. It's not that I'm studying it because I'm like, they were talking about racism doesn't exist or black people can't be racist, and I was telling them, hey, we can't be racist, we can be prejudiced because the definition of race is you having power. We don't have power to control white people.
But you want to know something? In etymology, that's not the definition of the word racist. The word racist means you prefer your race over another.
Yeah.
So anybody can be racist. In all actuality, everybody that on earth is racist. Because guess what? I prefer my people over anybody else.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a proud racist.
That's why I don't really have this conversation with only unless it's like real close people.
See now, but when you see white people killing people because they look a certain way, that's some whole other shit. You see what I mean?
So what is that?
Because that's just a hatred for anybody that's not you.
Hatred.
See us, we don't care for nobody else. What y'all do it don't affect us unless you coming directly to us. Then we're gonna deal with y'all appropriately. But other than that, we over here chilling. I'm with my people.
Yeah, that's. And I heard that, like, if you're a black man, and you go with someone white, have kids with them, you're breaking the law. So you're like.
So look at
something like that.
So look at God.
As I said, I just read certain stuff.
So look at God gave us the nations we weren't supposed to mix with, which were the Canaanites,
Yeah.
right? The Canaanites, those were original people we took the land from. Right? We're not supposed to mix with them. Other nations, he advises you not to mix with them.
And who are we're not supposed to mix with?
The Canaanites. So that's where would they be at right now? Go ahead.
I mean, it's just different.
It's different African tribes. It's a certain African tribe we're not allowed to mix with.
Oh.
So this is Deuteronomy 7. It says, when the Lord thy God bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Mm-hmm. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto thy son, nor his daughter thou shalt take unto thy son.
So no marriages with them, right? But he advises us not to mingle with other nations, right? Because imagine you have a wife, right? She's white. You and your son or your daughter eligible for salvation, but she's not. It's gonna be hard trying to get that point across in your house, right? I'm trying to keep the Sabbath, right? I'm trying to not eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, but that's because you have the Spirit. The Holy Spirit is hereditary. So which means it's in you, but it's not in no other nation. So imagine you trying to do all these things in your house, but your wife is steady bucking up against you. So what's gonna happen? It's either you're gonna stand on your 10 toes like a man, or you gonna bow down to your wife because you don't want to hear her mouth. And that's what God is trying to prevent. Don't give your power over to these other nations because they're gonna steer your heart away from me. That's the whole thing about it.
Makes sense.
Come on, go ahead.
This is Sirach 26:20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession throughout all the field, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock, so thy race, which thou leavest behind, shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent.
So it says when you, like your seed, right? Mingle it with your own race of people. Because guess what? You get the fullness of being an Israelite. And guess what? It's not going to be like people are not going to look at your kids as mixed. You know what I'm saying? But it's different now. You know what I mean? It's different now because now, like, if I was to have a baby with a so-called Hispanic woman, right? It would still be an Israelite on both sides now. You know what I mean? Because now everybody looks different than what we originally look like. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are a little bit but the Israelites have always been like that.
The what?
The Israelites have always been like that. If you look at like
shades
different shades, you know what I mean? So now think about it. You know who Patrick Mahomes is? The football player from the Kansas City Chiefs. So look at right. His dad, my color, right? Well, matter of fact, he's dark. He's like this brother's color, right? He had a baby with a white woman. His son is light skinned. His son had a baby with a white woman. That baby got blonde hair and blue eyes, but that baby's an Israelite because of her father. So just imagine what happens if you blend with people over hundreds of years. You're gonna get a new look. But
that's what happens with the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and Cubans and all
but
that.
the seed is still the same, which means they're still Israelites. They still go back to their original forefathers: Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, Zebulun,
Right.
Naphtali.
The conversation that I saw with how much percent of people from Spain, Africa, whatever, in the Dominican Republic, they're the ones that don't like claiming that they're black and whatnot.
But that's because you want to know why? Because have you ever peeped how close Haiti and the Dominican Republic are to each other?
I made a status on Facebook the other day that got some people triggered. And well, I usually don't give two craps what I say on Facebook, but give me one quick second. Why every time I'm like,
Go ahead.
So watch this too,
imagine
brother.
two people living on an island separated by language and hate each other cause one think they are lighter skin and the other that's some slave mindset that hasn't been forgotten. Peace, Hispaniola. I made a status of that on Facebook. I'm like,
So look, I'm gonna show you something, right? Haitians, right? They have a high perplexity for violence.
yeah.
You see that? But that's a spiritual thing because it goes back to their ancestor, their progenitor. Their own father told them that y'all have a high perplexity for violence. You see what I mean? So now you guys are on the same island, and Haitian people are getting on Dominican people's case, and Haitian people are dark as hell. So what happens? You develop a hate for people who are oppressing you, and it just so happens the people that are oppressing you are dark. So now what happens? You can be dark, but like, nah, me no black, because they've been oppressing you.
And I saw that there was a literal black woman, like legit dark as hell, and she's speaking like you expect her to speak French because you know it's Haiti. She's speaking Spanish, 100%, and like they were translating it. She's like, I know black. I'm Dominican, and my forefathers are from Spain or whatever. How do you get this dark skin, temperature, and she was making a whole bunch of dumb stuff. And
But it's so cold, right? Because a Dominican person would be blacker than me right now and
Yeah.
be like, no, you a nigga. I'm not black.
yeah,
But you blacker than me. How that work?
exactly. That's the dumbest stuff I've ever came across. Like
Because it's self-hatred.
You're in the Caribbean. You're not in North America. You're not in South America. You're in the Caribbean. High volume of black people. Because before white people came, it was Arawaks, Caribs, and Maroons, all that people living on the island, and they were dark. We're not really close to the equator, but we're going to be black. And then you have, like, I don't know. When I hear Dominicans and stuff be talking, I just pay them no mind because you have Panama, which have like more lighter skin than Dominica. I'm like, they claim to be more black than anyone else. They claim to be more black than anything, but Dominican Republic, they have a mindset that they're not black. They're more
Because
Spanish.
you want to know what it is? It's self-hatred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you something. You have to hate yourself to not want melanin and want a recessive gene.
And
You have to hate yourself for you to tell your kids, don't marry people that look like you, but marry people that are lighter than
and
you.
what's
You know what I'm
so
saying?
dumb, and it was so dumb. The first country that Christopher Columbus set foot on, because some islands he never stood foot on, he only named them. Just like my mom's country, it's called Antigua and Barbuda, but I think he called it Wadadli. But he stepped foot on Dominican Republic. He stepped foot there, and I'm like, you guys are still claiming you guys are from Spain. I'm like, hey.
And look, not to mention, right? You got to think about it. The way that Dominican people and a lot of our people, because it's not just them, you know, we can't just put that on them.
No, I'm not putting it.
The way they look at white people is the same reason why. That's why they made Christ a white man, because they want you to look at the white man as power. They wanted to look at something that's superior to us.
They're trying to just X out all the black and tried it to be white.
But what's so cold about it is, right? Because there's always a lie and there's a truth, right? When it comes down to it, the world is gonna bow down under who? Melanated people.
Yeah.
So right now, when they be like, "Oh, you blacks and you niggas and you spicks and all that," when they talk about us, but at the end of the day, who they gonna be serving? They're gonna have to serve us, right? So right now, the self-hate it's hard to get out of people because it's rooted in them.
I mean, it's rooted from like slavery, because look at when they had all the field workers. In order to try to separate us, they brought some of them inside the house. And
But you want to know, hey, you want to know when a lot of that stuff is going to be gone? Because there's going to come a time where there's going to be a race war here, and they're going to find out that white people don't like you think they like you.
Hell
You
no.
feel what I'm saying? No, but that's what a lot of people who want to cleave to them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something. Like as an African American man, sometimes we the worst, because guess what? We sit here and talk crazy about our own women, but how many of us are popping up dead to white women and they getting away with it?
How many what?
How many of us are popping up dead to white women and then they getting away with it? How many of us are sitting here like, oh, I don't want to deal with a black woman because of her attitude, but you're gonna go with a woman who enslaved you? You see what I'm saying? That's crazy work.
That's one thing that still I can't process. No matter how, my mom's a black woman, and nothing is going to take away my mom and dad, black and everything. Nothing is going to take away me not liking my people. Yes, everyone is not perfect. We're not finna, like, you're going to have people with attitudes, some people loud and all that stuff. It's good. I'm not saying it's not bad to hate someone who's loud and obnoxious and everything, but
Hey,
it's
just,
like
hey,
it's
think
them.
think about the psychology in this, right? Imagine you not wanting to date the most beautiful women on earth to date dogs.
I don't want
That's
nobody to.
You got to be out your damn mind.
I'm not dating
see
no
what
one who be kissing dogs and all that shit.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go. There you go. There you go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's because it's a spirit on you because you love your people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't love their people. You want to know who those people were? Them was the same people that we used to leave on the plantations when we cut, because we ain't got time for that shit.
I'm
know
not
what I'm
saying
saying?
that I have a dislike for white people or anything, because trust
We do.
me,
We do.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A couple white people, they helped me out back in college and school and everything. They looked out for me and everything. So I'm not at you guys' level yet, because I know like people that are on the streets
Brother,
be
wait.
talking.
Before anything, we're not out here to just recruit people to be racist.
No,
right?
I'm not talking about that.
But
like,
I got you. But here,
yeah.
check this out. There's people in the Bible that had white people friends.
Yeah.
That we're not saying that just like you have to go and just punch every white person you
Yeah.
see in order to reach the kingdom. No.
Yeah, I
Right?
have
There's
some
a
white people
righteous
friends and they're good. I have some Asian people, they're good and all that. And it's like, I don't know if I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know when God is coming yet. It's going to come out like boom. And I'm still processing. Like, you know, I'm like, I got some white friends that they're hella good. Some Asian friends that are beyond good that help me out even when I moved to California and everything.
It's nothing wrong with you having friends from other nations, right?
Yeah.
But rule number one, when you're dealing with that, you never put them above your own people.
Hell
You
no.
see what I'm saying? No, that's one, right?
Yeah.
And then two, right? Always keep an eye on them. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you make any other nation mad enough, they're going to call you a nigger.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. You feel what I'm saying? And then guess what? When shit hits the fan, who the first person they going to turn in? They black
Yeah.
friend. You know what I'm saying? So now so it's not about you being friends with them, it's you knowing how to be
Yeah,
friends. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I be telling people. Like, it's
you got one
like
too?
you gotta know how to, what you call it, have a boundary with certain people and everything. Because at the end of the day, we as a people, like we don't really study too much, and those people, they can just be like turning you very fast.
Right.
And then the black people that were with you and everything, you want to go back to them and everything. I'm like, how can that, you know?
Yeah, no,
That's one
definitely.
thing.
I got a scripture for you, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
So when you serve the Lord, right, you're not going to have to worry about these other nations messing with you because God is going to put a covering of protection over you. Even in antiquity, when we went to war, right, if we were in compliance with our God, it was flawless victory. You see what I mean? We didn't have to worry about much. Joshua, right? Joshua went and took the land of Canaan, and we made it the land of Israel, right? I think the book said he conquered 31 or 32 kings, right? And the Most High told him, right? He told him, the matter of fact, give me Joshua 1 and 5, right? These are the most comforting words that you could probably ever hear from God, right? Watch this.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 5. There shall not any man be able to stand.
Go ahead, you can start over.
There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life.
So imagine God telling you that there's not going to be a man that's going to be able to stand before you all the days of your life. That means every time a challenge shows itself, you're going to be able to overcome it, right?
Every time what you challenge yourself?
It says, start from the top.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 5. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life.
So he told Joshua, there's not going to be a man that's going to be able to stand before you all the days of your life. Right, Reed?
As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
So he told Joshua, there's not going to be a man that's going to be able to stand before you all the days of your life. He said, I'm not going to fail you, nor am I going to forsake you, right? Because Joshua was a just man. Joshua kept the commandments and he kept the charge of the Lord. Same thing with David. That's why David, throughout his whole life, he had to go to war. But what did he end up doing? He ended up subduing all the neighboring countries around him to where when his son became king, they had 40 years of peace. Nobody came up against Israel. But that all comes with being in compliance to the Lord.
Is it true life began in the country of Africa?
Yes.
You had people spread out, those white people to go up to the Caucasus Mountain.
White people didn't, when civilization was first made, there were no white people.
So where they came from?
They come from the man Esau, which is Jacob's brother.
It was there, bro.
The one that didn't like Jacob. He's the progenitor of the white race.
Right. So like, how did he ended up having a whole race like you do?
Because he was meant to be a nation when he was inside his mother's womb. That was always his destiny, and whatever the Lord has planned for you, it's gonna prevail. Yeah, you wanna, we don't got to, yeah. But he's the progenitor of the white race, right? We are going pretty late, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Yeah. But no, man, hey, when it all comes down to it, learn the commandments and then keep them. And once you do that, you're gonna see a change in your life like you've never seen before. No problem, man. You have a good one. And with that, I give all glory, honor, and praises to the Most High God Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Appreciate it.
Shit. That was a cold piece. I forgot about that one. Good one, nigga. Huh?
Just switch on. You know the version.
And here,
I thought it was dead.
what?
The mic. I thought they said the mic was dead, so I was talking. He said he picked up my voice.
Oh, this nigga.
The mic died too.
Listen, one thing too, when we're bringing out verses when we're talking, I'll try to stop at every comma so that you can either tell me, hey, or keep going, or whatever. But you got to start breaking shit down, nigga.
Yeah.
I'll bring a whole verse and you'll just be like, see that?
Did you see it? That's a good question.
I ain't gonna lie, you gonna learn the more you teach. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like
you need to teach to get it, brother.
when I first was reading for that nigga, the whole verse, he's gonna put you out. Stop. Take the ball right there too. So yeah, you gonna learn it, but you gotta get your reps in. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. It comes with repetition, brother. And just yell at niggas. Next Sunday? I don't know. Why? I mean, if we plan it, that's cool. Like a, yeah.
What are we doing? Next Sunday? Hey, y'all free next Sunday?
Knowledge of ourself is like a golden treasure. Shout out my elders working, trying to get together, making sure we do it better. Free us from this wider pressure. My people catching cases, double life he facing. Scattered all across the world, I see familiar faces. Say we all humans, why they treat us racist? Time to put these devils in their habitation. Free my